the Snowman with TooLoud2oldMusic.com. Welcome back to the collection, and it's hard to believe we're at the end of another month. It's April 2024, and it's time for the wrap up of what we added to the collection this month. And this month started off right out of the gate. Boom, we were in record stores and stuff. We were on vacation down in Carolina Beach, drove over to Wilmington to see my daughter, and hit a bookstore and a couple of record shops. First place we hit was the bookstore. And while I was in there, I picked up the new edition of Rock Candy with Ace Frehley. Well, I'm sure there's another one out by now, but it takes these a while to get over here to the US. But this is great. Anything Ace, I'm happy to get. And also in their magazine rack, oh, there was this Kiss In Focus tribute, I guess. I haven't even opened it yet, but basically it's a lot of pictures of the band. Um, and I had to have it. Anything Kiss, I'm gonna take. The first record store we hit was a place called Yellow Dog Discs in Wilmington. One thing I found there, I'm a big Whitesnake fan, and I was able to find the cassette for Snakebite. So this one's on Geffen. This is one of the early ones, so definitely a reissue of this. I like the clear case. I love those kind of cases rather than the solid white. Uh, but I was missing this one. I think I'm only missing one more of the early, like pre-slided in albums. So once I get all of those, I'll be quite happy. But that was a nice ad. And then I picked up a few CDs. First one we got, it's a band called Shiny Toy Guns. Um, they're kind of an electronic kind of dance. I don't know what you would call them. I know I really like it. This album is called We Are Pilots. Um, and I'm just a big fan of the lady's voice and the guy's voice. They really blend together. I don't even know who they are. I just know I've heard this through Apple Music one day and I really liked it. So I bought it. And it's an older release. It came out a long time ago. Um, and then I finally got the second album from Wolfmother, Cosmic Egg. This is not as good as their debut, but man, there are some great stuff on here. New Moon Rising. I really like Cosmic Egg and Far Away, California Queen. So yeah, anything Wolfmother, I'm gonna pick up. I do like them. Um, and then now here's a CD I never ever bought, and it's Slaughter, and it's what Stick It Live, Stick It Live. It's only got 5 songs on it. Um, there they are live. For some reason, I never ever bought this back in the day. I had their albums on CD back then, but just never picked up the live album. So I finally got that added to the collection. And then I picked up my second Iron Maiden. I finally got Number of the Beast. So really good stuff. I did know, I know a bunch of these songs, Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills, I believe, on this one. So yeah. So I'm glad to finally be adding Iron Maiden and spending some time with their catalog, which I've never ever done. And then the last thing I got at Yellow Dog was Master Plan. So this is Jorn Land, his power metal band. There's Jorn in the middle. There we go. Got some focus. Um, yeah, it's power metal, from Europe. Just great hard stuff. And I love Jorn's vocals. He's got a little Coverdale-esque style to him, but I don't mind. I really like it. And then we went to a place called the Record Bar in Wilmington. And in there, if you remember last month, I found a producer's second album. And this time I found their debut album, an Atlanta power pop band. This is the one, the big hit on this one was What's He Got? And I like What She Does to Me, Who Do You Think You Are? I Love Lucy, just a bunch of good stuff. But What's He Got was really their big hit. So really like this one. Um, let's see, there was one more thing I got down there, and it's the last Alarm album from their early years, the 80s, early 90s. This one is Change, Sold Me Down the River, Devolution, Working Man Blues. Um, so this is the only one I was missing from that era of the band. The new stuff, I mean, Mike Peters' new stuff that he's had out in the last few years have been fantastic. So I need to start buying their more current albums because there's some really good stuff there. He's really been prolific in putting out a lot of stuff. And so then after that, I have a couple Kiss things to add to the collection. I picked up another Millennium collection. I think this is volume 3, and I was missing it. Still unopened. Someday I'll open it. And then I finally picked up Kiss Icons. And so Kiss Icons, if you don't know this one, it is a 4 disc set, and it is every single disc is just songs from that band member. So you got Peter, Ace, and Gene and Paul, and it's only their songs on that disc. So it works out for Ace. He's probably got enough songs that will make that a pretty solid greatest hits album. I'm really digging this one because it's also giving me a chance to kind of go through Peter again and listen to some of his stuff. Uh, I'm usually bad about ignoring Peter, which is a shame. And then I always try to get one rock candy for the week, for the month. And I got this one. This is Britney Fox's debut album, and I'm a little disappointed when it came because, as you notice, there is no sticker. So I bought this off Discogs or Amazon or something, and I don't know, it didn't say if there was a sticker, it didn't say there wasn't one. I just kind of assumed there would be. So I'm a little peeved about that. Maybe I'll just have to get another one day and make up for that. I did buy a couple new releases, and these are on CD. This is a band called Reach. This is their new album, Prophecy. It's killer, some killer stuff. Very theatrical, like kind of. I feel like they're kind of like what's the band? Panic at the Disco style a little bit. Definitely has that voice, um, but very good rock stuff. Um, and then I did pick up Linkin Park's Paper Cuts, which is the greatest hits album with a couple new tracks on it. Um, really solid release. Um, and then we got a couple more things. I got TMG. This is the Japanese edition of the band Tak Matsumoto Group. It has Eric Martin on vocals, Tak Matsumoto on guitar, and Mr. Jack Blades from Night Ranger on bass. Really great melodic rock on here, and anything that Eric is singing, Eric Martin, I will buy it. He's got such a phenomenal voice. And then speaking of producers, we had that one. I was able to pick up their 4th album and their final album. It is called Cola Colaconth, which I think it's a fish. You can kind of sort of see the fish right here. It's a fish that everybody thought was extinct, and they've discovered it. So I think that's kind of what their album, the title of it is. They thought they were extinct, but the producers are back. This is their 4th album. It came out in 2001, but it was actually written and performed and all that back in like 1989 or 90-ish, somewhere at the end of the 80s, but it never got released. It got shelved. And so they finally did get it out. And it's a great one. Then I did go visit my local store, Noble Records, and you saw some of the things if you watched the Kiss bootleg episode. There were 3 Kiss bootlegs in that I had gotten this month from Noble. So I'm not going to show those again. You can go back and watch the bootleg. But while I was there, I did pick up Britney Fox's new second album, not their new album, Boys in the Heat. It's a Holland pressing, and there is a back. It's just I have the album back there. This is a really hard one to find. I've never ever seen it here, so I was really thrilled when I saw that he had it. Grabbed it the minute I could get over there and buy it. But I do like, so that gives me both of their first albums and original pressings and some good stuff. Along with those Kiss bootlegs, you can kind of see there's one of them. I also picked up Whitesnake. He had this one. It's a 3 LP from December 14th, 1982, Newcastle City Hall. So just some great stuff. I can't wait to dive into this one and hear how it sounds. It's a bootleg, so I know it's not going to be great, but I still like the old stuff. That's like the fourth Whitesnake bootleg that I have. So really thrilled about that. Another one I bought was Queen. Command Performance live at the Hammersmith Odeon, Christmas time, 1975. Nothing on the label. This one has been issued from the band, so you have a legitimate copy. But I do like bootlegs, and I didn't have a Queen bootleg. I wanted a Queen bootleg. He had one, so I bought it. So now I have a Queen bootleg. And then Noble also has his exclusives. Usually, 9 times out of the 10, they're like psych rock or some 70s kind of rock. And this one's no different. This is a band called Dragonfly. It's off Garrison Records. It is a beautiful, beautiful green vinyl. If I can get it out. There we go. Look at that. That's just fantastic. Can we get a good shot? There we go. That's just beautiful. So his stuff that he does on the exclusives, especially if it's coming from Garrison, fantastic sounding. So really good. And if you want to know, this was an ultra loud, heavy psychedelic rock from Colorado, the late 60s, with loads of fuzz guitar all over it. Yeah, you had me at fuzz guitar, so I was thrilled for that one. And then that's all the stuff that I got from the stores. I did order some more stuff online. Since I found the CD and I have the producer's first album, I have their second, I finally just went ahead and bought their third. Got this off Discogs. Um, I really didn't know this one existed until not too long ago. So glad to have the third one. So now I've got all four albums, and maybe I need to do a show and do a deep dive into to them. Uh, then I do have one new release from Will Hoge, his new album, Tender Hearted Boys. Um, and it's still new. In fact, hasn't been opened. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I was supposed to get the CD. The CD got bumped until till May sometime. And so then I have everything that he's ever done on CD. So once I get that CD, I'll have that. I've started now down the rabbit hole of the vinyl, and this is my third Will Hoge vinyl. Uh, then, I sold a few things in my collection, which helped buy for a lot of this stuff. And I finally picked up a vinyl I was missing for Billy Idol, the very best of Billy Idol. Again, I have my vinyl outside of it. So this is just the greatest hits. Idolize Yourself is the real title. Um, I was missing it. I'm only missing now one more. I don't have Cyberpunk on vinyl. So the next splurge I have, I think I'm going to finally get Cyberpunk, and then I'll have everything he's ever put out on vinyl here in the States and Europe, I think, as far as like studio albums and things like that. But it wasn't the only Billy Idol release, because this past Friday was the 40th anniversary release of Rebel Yell. So this is the 2 LP expanded edition with 8 bonus tracks, previously unreleased demos, and session recordings. Billy's one of those. I have vinyl and I have CDs. So of course I had to get the CD as well. Uh, so this gives me 2 copies of Rebel Yell on vinyl, but I'll keep the other one because it is an original pressing. So I don't want to get rid of that. Another band that had a 40th anniversary this month or this week, Pyromania, even though it's technically the 41st anniversary, but this is their 40th anniversary edition. This is the CD box set. You get 4 CDs. One is out, original album remastered, I think. Then you get outtakes and demos, rough mixes, a live show at the Western Hell Dermont, Germany from December 1983. Then you get live at the Forum in September 83. And there's a Blu-ray disc that gives you the Atmos sound and 5.1 surround sound as well. It came in Friday. Again, haven't even opened it yet. Too much stuff coming out. Like Billy Idol, Def Leppard's one. I collect CDs and vinyl. So here is Pyromania, the 2 LP set with the outtakes um, rough mixes and bonus tracks as well as that. So this is actually now my third Def Leppard Pyromania album on vinyl. I have an original pressing. I have one from the Collection Volume 1 box set, and now I have this one. So I think I'm good. I don't know if I need another one. The last thing that I got that came on Friday um, was this Robbie Williams, In and Out of Consciousness, his greatest hits from 1990 to 2010. This is a hardback book. It has 3 CDs. So 2 CDs are the greatest hits, and 1 CD is rare tracks. Um, the last back half, you get 3 DVDs. 2 DVDs are music videos, and the last DVD, I believe, is a concert that I haven't checked out yet. And then you get a bunch of pictures and just insight to all the albums and stuff. So I've always wanted this one. Finally decided to pick it up. If I'm going to get the greatest hits, I might as well get the one that covers the most stuff. And that is everything. There were some record store day stuff I got. I did my another episode on that. So again, I didn't want to repeat that. But yeah, I'd have to say April was a pretty good month for the collection this time around. I don't know if May will be as abundant, but hopefully some good stuff in May. There are a couple new releases that I have on pre-order that'll hopefully come. Hopefully Will Hoge's CD for the new album, and then a few things else that I have. And that is all I have for you this month. So hit like, hit subscribe. Please leave a comment. And thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on The Collection.